And joining me on my left is three-time Sydney Premiership winning jockey and Brisbane Premiership winning jockey Larry Cassidy. And on my right is big-time footy coach and form analyst Ben Perkins. First of all, Larry, what do you think of the new set?
Looks good, Jess. I'm away for 1 week and you splash out, eh? Well done.
On your account.
Well, you change the chairs around and anyway, isn't it on the TV how it comes out? Aren't I on your right? I don't know. Maybe I should be riding this weekend, Larry.
Now it's a tricky carnival up at Doomben. You're riding a few horses. How are you riding? Your mounts looking?
Yeah, they look pretty good Saturday. Got a couple nice rides. Rudy goes round again and Absalon. If he races in Brisbane, he's also accepted in the Villiers. So he's drawn wide there and he's drawn probably slightly awkward in Brisbane. Obviously hope he comes to Brisbane, but maybe the Villiers might be their option.
As well, Ben, you're previewing the Sydney Quaddie. You did well last week. You picked 3 out of the 4. Good tipping, as I said last week, guaranteed to find your winners. That's what we did.
Well, they were good last week. They're harder this week, but that was last week, and we hope, like Larry said before, there were the Villiers. That's a big time-honoured race, the Villiers. I'm a bit of a fan. I go back to Pelican Point and Sea Road.
Well, I've been lucky enough. I think I've won 3 Villiers.
Have you really?
Yeah, it's been a pretty lucky race for me.
That's good.
That Magic Mile at Randwick. I think I've won about 14 of the major miles there. And, so it's been a lucky old race.
In the Villiers, on whom did you win?
Referral, Cabora. And there's one other, I can't think of his name, but I'm sure it was 3.
Well, there's
definitely 2, possibly 3.
Well, that could be question of the week for the ticket giveaways. If Larry did ride 3, name the third one that he did ride. We can give away tickets. Now we're going to get straight into it, previewing the first leg of the Quaddie. Ben, tricky race, the tricky meeting altogether at Randwick. What have you come up with?
Yeah, well, the races have been moved to the Kensington track, as you all know, and this makes it a lot harder, in my opinion. And the fields, I think the fields this week in Sydney are very, very difficult. I've tried to put in some good value horses here because I think it's really hard. In the first leg, I've gone for number 12 here, May Soon, a John Hawkes horse. The Hawkes stable's in great form. This horse has good form lines. It should sit 5th or 6th, too wide in the run, and I think it can run well at around the 6-1 mark. I put a real roughing in here, number 10, Breakfast in Bed. It's got pretty good form lines. It's 1 second up before, and it should be big odds. Number 6 here, one for you, Larry, not for you, Jesse. I've got the looks. Even though it's proceeding badly now, I'm telling you. I mean, I give it a week, mate, seriously.
I'm just trying to blend in with you two, okay?
Well,
I'm not far from really blending in.
Very, very well. It should get a really good run, and 2 starts ago, this horse won by about 5.3 lengths at Warwick Farm. And an emergency number 14 here, Lucky News, won at this track last start. So I'm hoping for the 12, the 10, the 6 or the 14 to get us off in the first leg.
Righto, interesting outlook there, Ben. Now we're going to look at Doomben, first leg of the Quaddie. Larry, you've got a ride here, Scorpio Queen for Les Kelly. She's not quite in the best form of her career.
No, she's not. But look, if you go back to her old form, she won a main race at on Magic Millions Day last year or the year before with brother Jimmy aboard, and I think she was one of the favourites for possibly the Oaks or the Derby. Yep. And then she must have win and miss. So, and she's come up here, but 3 or 4 starts ago she got beat by Hidden Kisses, I think, in the Wiggle. And if she can frank that form and somewhere get near her best form, well, you think she could beat this lot.
Yeah, well, myself, usually you ride for Chris Lees when he does come up. I like one that he's brought up here, Gold Espona, number 5. I got it on top. Chris Lees, when he comes up here, he has quite a bit of luck, as you know, Larry. You've ridden probably quite a few winners for him. Yeah. Number 10, Casino Card. This is a horse that's on the improve. It'll get back. It'll be storming home.
It'll love the rain too if it does come down.
Yeah. And another one from Sydney here, Cradle Me. I think Van Dyke wouldn't have brought it up here for any, just for a bit of fun. So I'd definitely be putting it in my Quaddie and in the multiples. And number 9, Annie Lizzie. So for me, 5, 10, 8 and 9. Now, just during the week, I was down the track and I was talking with one of the tallest jockeys in the game, Larry. It wasn't you. Here I am talking with Tony Patillo.
I'm joined by Tony Patillo here this morning, and welcome, Tony.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
Now, Tony, you're riding on Saturday in town. How do your chances look?
Yeah, look, Down the Gaze was a great run last start. It started on the Friday meeting at twilight at Doomben. It was a real good run. Found the line very, very strong. Looking for him to step up a little bit. We're going into a tougher grade this weekend, and yeah, if he can step up and just get the right run in the race, he'll be there fighting to finish out for sure and certain.
Is he the only ride you've got for the day?
Yeah, it looks like he's the only one that I've got up in Brisbane. Might be able to pick up a couple at the Gold Coast, and we'll see if we can chase a couple of them around and get a few winners.
Now, you rode quite a potentially good horse last week in Flight King. How did you rate his performance?
Yeah, look, it was one of the sharpest maiden wins we've had here at the Gold Coast for a long time. He got down into the 51s, and not many do that. He made David Hayes' horse work all the way to the line, and I was holding him solid on the line. So going forward, I think he's a horse that you can really stay with, and we'll finish in front on the ledger.
Now, you're renowned for being a very tall jockey, one of the tallest, I believe.
Yeah, by the register, I think I'm the tallest jockey in Australia. I've got Stephen Arnold by about a centimetre, so we've stood back to back a couple of times, and yeah, he's amazed that I can ride 54 and 53 and do all that. So being the tallest jockey in Australia, I'm never ever getting on the camera or getting on the measuring ruler with Cassandra Smith, because I know she's got me by a fair way, so she's doing an extra good job too.
Well, Tony, great to have you on the show, and good luck for Saturday.
Thanks for having me, and all the best, punters.
We're back, and just remember you can go on iTunes and download our app RIQ, and on the app we have all free selections. You can watch the show. We have a bit of news. It's the ultimate punters app. It's free, so get it, RIQ. Just type it into iTunes and use it. Now we're getting into it. Second leg of the quaddie, Ben. You look a bit crazy.
This is the Villiers. This is my race. I'm in this race, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Larry did ride 3.
Maybe you should have got me to ride your horse.
Yeah. You've got Hugh Bowman.
I definitely rode 3 winners of the Villiers.
I'm not saying you can't ride. You can ride, Larry. All right, I'm getting psyched up for this race big time because I'm in it, and people have been going around saying I'm a milk drinker and I'm this and I'm no good and I'm gutless and all that. Well, we're going to find out how good I am this Saturday because I'm running in the Villiers. I'm coming from gate 2. My name is Sedcom, and the pace is going to come from Listen Sun, Absalom Limes, Tax Me If You Can, and the 9th Legion. And I'm going to be sitting there behind Alma's Fury, about 7th on the fence. And if they go fast, well, I'm telling you, I worked very well last Saturday morning, and I worked well during the week, and I'm going to come storming down the track, and I think I can get up and I can beat Alma's Fury this weekend because I have to.
Righto. Sedcom, is that the one?
Yes, and then I think Alma's Fury is the horse I have to run past, and then I think Absalon, who ran very well last week on the wet track in Brisbane. I think it could hang on there. And Listen Sun, if it is a leader's track, I will say perhaps at the weights it can hang on. They're both 25 to 1 chances, but I'm very keen each way on myself, Sedcom, to run very well in the Villiers.
Don't panic at home. The emergency services are on their way. Larry, Absalon.
Stand up for me, Absalon.
Well, come on, fire up, Ben, fire up.
If Absalon runs in the Villiers, I can
feel the blood pressure here. It's boiling.
He's well weighted. He's only got 53 kilos, and he won on a very wet track in Brisbane, and that was a track they didn't think would suit him. So, on a good surface in Sydney, he's got to be right in it. But I'm hoping he runs in Brisbane.
What do you think they'll do? Have you spoken to Sam at all? I haven't touched base with him as yet, so just leave it totally up to the connections and what they decide will be best. And then I think he comes up to Toowoomba New Year's Eve. Okay, so he's doing a bit of travelling, Absalon. He's well seasoned, and they say travelling does season horses and can improve them quite a bit. So
yeah, most definitely.
We'll see what happens. Now we're looking at race 6 over the mile. I think one here stands out, Philadelphia. It's the class horse. She does have 58, but I've got her on top. She's had 6 starts at the track and distance for 2 wins and 3 seconds. Heavy track, good track. She'll handle the conditions, no bother. So I'm putting Philadelphia on top. I had Absalon in for second. Whether he gets a run, as we just discussed, I'm not sure. Black Cash, this horse did win in Melbourne. It's come back up here. Watched it work on Tuesday morning. It worked in fine form. Again, whether it's just slightly tipped over or not, I don't know. But look, I'm backing on class here, and I've got him in at number 2 someday. So I'm tipping Philadelphia on top, and a good each way bet. Now I was at the Magic Millions. I caught up with Managing Director Vin Cox, and we had a discussion about what to look forward to in the upcoming Magic Millions sale. I'm joined by Vin Cox here, Managing Director of Magic Millions Sales, and welcome to the show, Vin.
Thank you, Jesse.
Now, you've just been away on one hell of a journey overseas promoting the sale. How's that gone?
It's been great. It was I was away just on 2 weeks. I had 1 day in Singapore, 4 days in South Africa, 4 days in England, and 2 days in France. So it was a bit of a whirlwind trip, but I mean, the proof's in the eating, so we won't really know how we've gone until after the January sale, but it looks very promising. The noises that some very significant buyers are making are reasonably hopeful.
So how are the preparations for the 2014 Jeep Magic Millions Carnival coming along?
Well, obviously there's 2 aspects to it. We have the sale, and the catalogue's now been out about 3 weeks. Catalogue of 926 horses spread into 2 books. So our premium part in book 1 and our second session in book 2. Got around a lot of the domestics, obviously the internationals, and entertaining them and making sure they're comfortable and they haven't forgotten about us and they're going to turn up. So that's the roadshow's begun, as it were, and then obviously we have the race day, January 11, the $4.7 million race day, and with the already had 32 individual 2-year-old winners this season, so we're shaping up for a magnificent Magic Millions 2-year-old classic.
Okay, what new things can we expect to see at the 2014 Jeep Magic Millions Carnival?
That's a very good question. Is there anything going to be startlingly new? Look, it's a format that isn't broken, so we're not going to tinker with it too much. We have, starting with our yearling inspections, say from January 1 through to barrier draw on the beach on the Tuesday before the sale on January 7th, to opening night party again on Surfers Paradise Beach on January 7th. Yearling sale starts on the 8th. 4 days of yearlings, race day, and then we have book 2 on the Sunday. So in all of that, the new things might be, new players in the industry, who's going to be a new buyer, what may be the hot new stallion, something like that. So it's what's going to be new isn't going to be in the drama.
One personal question, how have you found the transition from being a bloodstock agent to managing the Magic Millions complex? If it was just about running a horse sale, it wouldn't be too bad, because that's what I'm familiar with. But with the job, there's a lot of politics, certainly with sort of Queensland government, Racing Queensland, around that sort of area, which puts a lot of pressure. It's not a part of anything that I've been familiar with along the way. But if it was just selling horses and buying horses, I'd be very comfortable. But no, it's good. I'm enjoying it. On a lighter note, do you think the Ashes will return?
No question.
Okay, there was great talking to Vin, and he's the right man for the job down there at the Millions and doing a great job. Now we're looking at race 7. Larry, you're riding Rudy. Looks to be a very good chance for Helen Page.
Yeah, that's right. He was in last week, and I'm glad they pulled him out of that 1600 metre race, because this race looks an ideal race from a very similar field to what he met 2 weeks ago. And a little bit of rain around in Brisbane. That's really not going to that's going to really help his chances. But on a good track, I still think he's adaptable. But he's just probably excels on a wet track.
What about Into the Red in that race?
Well, Into the Red's probably the improver. But Rudy had his measure the other day. But probably Into the Red's probably got a little bit of improvement. But Rudy's still got improvement because his coat wasn't right the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Rudy on top myself. I think it'll win from Into the Red. Ben, Sydney, you like one?
In race 7?
Yeah. Said Com, can he run in 2 races? Hey, will he back up race 6 and then go around in race 7?
I've been saying, if I'm in good form, just keep backing. I'll race in 3 races today and race Sunday as well.
Can you get your jockey licence in that time? Right at 85?
85? No. We'll leave it to trustier hands like Larry's.
Oh, all right.
So do you want to do race 7 now, do you?
What's just your top one? What is it?
The Owl.
You like it?
You know I love birds.
The Owl it is. Now, right after the break, we're going to talk sports, have a look at the fencing challenge and get on with it and preview the last leg of the quaddie. Welcome back, and now it's that time of the show where we're at Sports Talk, and Ben, looks like it's return of the urn.
Well, what did I say from the start? Just trust Darren Lehman and just leave it to him.
I'll tell you what,
he's going to turn it all around, which he's done, and it's just fantastic. He's a tremendous fellow, and I'm just so thrilled to be barracking for Australia in the cricket again.
But why?
And barracking for Australia in the rugby union again.
Now, they're all starting to find a bit of form.
It's great, isn't it?
They got rid of the coaches.
We've got Australian coaches, and we need Australian coaches, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want foreigners in here. We don't want Iranians coaching Australians. We want Australians coaching Australians.
Now,
is that racist?
What do you?
And I don't care.
The Kiwi coach did all right for you.
He was terrible. He was the worst coach in the world.
He was a shocker. There's no doubt about it. Darren Warner is in flying form. Telling you,
he gave his wicket away that first. That was a shocking shot.
But he's playing. I'll tell you what. I love the way he plays. He's a capable player.
It's going to be a heat wave in Perth this weekend, and if we can win the toss and just bat and
Mitchell
then
Johnson.
bat for 2 days, and then the England boys, they'll be out there all blistered up. They'll be covered in blisters. Let's go
That's what we want.
Yeah, bugger 'em.
All right, now it is the fencing challenge. Now this is the type and part of the show where the jocks went out there and did a bit of fencing to see who is the best fencing of them all. Larry, it was a great day out, very challenging. You looking forward to doing it again sometime?
Yeah, I would. It's a great sport and much harder than what it looks. I had not much ability at it, but I gave it a go, and yeah, great sport.
And now one of the viewers that won the free lessons that we're giving away sent us in a photo of how she was doing it. You can just see this on screen now. It's there she is there, all dressed up, ready to fight, and Jewel, and she loved it there. And now to win those free fencing lessons in every state, just follow on Twitter. I will, at BlinkersOff88, I will be tweeting them. So the first person to follow me on Twitter, and then I'll just tweet, first to retweet, will win those 2 free fencing lessons thanks to Ozfence and the Queensland Ozfence too. It's a great sport and well worth getting involved in. Now we're going to go to the Jockey Challenge and watch the boys fencing.
On guard, ready, fence. That's the idea. You can see you were close. Oh, okay, now you see this one, you both hit at the same time, you both get a point. On guard, ready, fence. Oh, touche, 3. Oh, touche, 4. Ready? Fence. Watch it. Oh, attack. Attack touche, match 5-4. Shake hands. Oh, salute, then shake hands, gentlemen.
There you go. Rick McMahon gave Vinnie Colgan a bit of a touch up there. 5-4's close, but he's pretty handy, Rick, in these challenges. He's won a few, and he's quite good on his feet.
Yeah, he is. He's a pretty good all-round sportsman, Rick. You know, he's a very good tennis player too.
Is he?
Very good tennis
Now
player.
tell me, what's he like to ride against? You've had a few.
Yeah, very, very competitive, and very good jockey.
Yeah, now we're going to preview the last leg of the quaddie. Ben, short, sweet. Have you found one? Are you on SEDCOM again in the 8th?
I'm backing up. Send me around. Look, I've gone for number 5 here, Club Commander. It's from the Moody stable. It's first up. It's got terrific form from the Flemington Carnival. Better form than these, in my opinion. So I'm pretty sure Moody's got this wound up for this race. Very good fresh. Number 7, Heart Tester. They've sent it out at $3.50. I don't like that. I've marked it down as a $6 chance. Number 11 here, Safeguard. Got to the line pretty well last start, drawn out in gate 11, and that's a query, but it should hit the line well. Good chance to run third. Number 12, D&G. It's 20-1. It's been trialling very, very well. I give it a hope. And number 6, remember the horse Pampalone? Didn't really come up last time.
Had wraps on it.
It's a good horse. It's a good horse. It's had 4 weeks off.
One thing about horses, and good horses can run fast times, but they can run slow times, but slow horses can never run fast times, and Pampalone's one of those good horses, and on its day it's very competitive.
Yeah, so if they've got Pampalone right, I'd certainly be throwing it in the quaddie.
Yeah.
But just going back to race 7 here, my top 2 were the Owl and Cerberus. They've both got the mature form from the Hawk stable. I think that's a good form line.
Now Larry, last leg of the quaddie at Doomben, a very open race. You're riding one again for Les Kelly. Down, he's a good trainer, Les.
Yeah, I'm riding Triskelly. Last start winner, he won a race on him at Doomben, and one, it was quite a soft win actually, sort of burst through the field. But this is a very open race, a lot of chances. Probably run it 10 times, you're going to get a different winner. Stradon's probably the hardest to beat because it comes out of a very good, strong form race.
Well, myself, I've tipped Stradon. I can't go past its form line. In the words of Mr. Perkins, it's petaled with the form line of Love Rocks. And that White Hope came out of that race and won. The form line's impeccable. I'm finding it very hard to go by it. So I've got Stradon on top from number 15 by choice, 13 Thirsty for Blood, and 8 Tuna Hog. Now remember to download the app, the RIQ Best Bets app for all your racing needs. It's got the show on there and a few free tips and a few news stories, and also go online for the Greyhound service, check it out, and also the tipping challenge. The Blues are in front. The Blues are leading the Victorians from Mr.'s Back the Winners, and Billy Plunger. The Queenslanders, Ian Brady out there and his father, and old John O'Davis there. Ben, the South Australians, you're running last in the challenge. What have you got to say about that? All I can say is it's expected. The betting suggested it, and I think you're going to stay on the bottom and you're not going to go with a cup. So that's all I've got to say. Thanks, Larry. Great to have you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, and each way, SEDCOM.
All right, thanks for joining us. Same place, same time. Bye for now.